Knocks it!
Lays it up. Got it! Three-pointer try.
Yes! Cedartown wins!
It's time for Cedartown High School Bulldogs basketball right here on WGAA 106.1 FM and AM 1340. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app and Facebook Live. And now, let's head down to courtside for today's action.
Welcome into Cedartown High School basketball action here, 106.1 FM, AM 1340 on YouTube, Facebook Live, and the NFHS Network. Along with Sam Branch, we are ready for the Cedartown Lady Bulldogs and the East Paulding Lady Raiders. Sam, the Lady Bulldogs had a loss to East Paulding the last time up, and that was one of only 2 victories they've had so far.
That is, and that was very early in on the season for this Lady Dogs squad, so you hope to see some improvement as the Lady Dogs have gotten better throughout the season. However, Cedartown still missing one of their starters in Haven Barclay. We're also 2 others deep, or short actually, but we did pick up one that we were missing last night. Starting 5 for East Paulding: number 1, Laniera Foster; number 3, Danica Harris; number 11, Marquita Adams; and number 25, Lily Smith. That's going to be the starting 5 for East Paulding. Starting 5, you can hear coming in for Cedartown is going to be what you expect, minus Haven Barclay, Asia Ware, Kendall Pace, Marin Barrow, Anna Kate Bussey, and Kinsley Boozer. Those are going to be your starting 5.
And Sam, if I may, congratulations to Haven Barclay. She verbally committed to play softball at Dartmouth today. So congrats to her. Made the trip up there. That's where she's been this weekend, an official visit there. So they're getting a good one right there.
Go Big Green.
That's right.
Congratulations to Haven, and we surely miss her here down in little small Cedartown, but big dreams and a big future for that young lady.
And we still got her for another year, too. So
yes, we do.
Absolutely. The East Paulding Lady Raiders wearing black with gray trim. Cedartown, their home whites.
And the tip is underway, and it goes to Asia Ware. Ware quickly to Kendall Pace, and just like that, the Cedartown Bulldogs are on the board. Lady Dogs correction 2-0. It's going to be East Paulding bringing the ball down. It'll be White. White's going to go to the right side, and they will go to Harris. Harris goes right back to White right here in front of the broadcast booth. Now they'll swing it to the top of the key. It's going to be number 11, Adams. Adams goes to the left side to Foster. Now they're going to work back to the top of the key. They'll swing it back to the right side, and it's going to be Harris. Harris, top of the key, 3 on the way. That one's going to be off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Boozer. Boozer will take it down. It's going to be Pace on the other end. 4-0. Lady Dogs lead.
You know, Cedartown making a statement early against Eddie Gambrell's East Paulding Lady Raiders.
Foster with it in the corner. Now they'll go to the top of the key. It's going to be Smith. Smith swings it to the far left wing. East Paulding will drive. A block. Oh, and we give it right back to her. She's going to take it to the glass, and it's off the glass and good. And that is going to be from number 10, Janiah White. Inbounds pass will go to Marin Barrow. Barrow is going to go to the right side to Bussey. Bussey's going to have to work around a defender. They will split the full court press, and then Kinsley Boozer is fouled right across the half-court line.
Or was she?
I think they're just going to say it was out of bounds, so it will stay Cedartown basketball. In goes to Boozer. Boozer, top of the key, right side to Pace. Pace going to try to work it underneath to Boozer, and she just wasn't home. So it'll be a turnover. Lady Dogs still, though, with a 2-point lead, 4-2. Getting ready to check it in now, and it's into Foster. Foster gives it right back to number 10, Janiah White. White, top of the key, over to the right side. Now they're going to work it into the wing to White. Now they'll go back outside. Over to the left side to number 11, Adams. Adams going to try to work it into the lane. Now they'll go back top of the key. She's going to work around to the right side, and it's going to be Harris. Top of the key again. In the lane now. Janiah White taking it in the paint. Out of bounds, last touch by Cedartown, so probably what you would count as a block maybe for Kinsley Boozer, but it does go out and it'll stay East Paulding basketball. Lady Raiders get it into Harris. Harris will go now to Adams. Adams over to the right side to Foster. Now they'll go out back to the lane. Oh, and it's blocked, or it's stolen, I should say, and it's Kinsley Boozer. Boozer feeds ahead to Asia Ware. Ware off the glass. Her momentum was carrying her out of bounds. The putback by Kendall Pace is also no good.
We have a jump ball called down low, and possession arrow is going to give it to the East Paulding Lady Raiders. 4-2 the score with 6 minutes to go. I think we're having some issues with the clock today because the clock did not stop when the jump ball occurred.
You're going to have a carryover from Northwest Whitfield last night as far as clock problems. Hopefully we will not have the same as far as the results of the games. Outside on the perimeter, East Paulding continue to work it left to right now. East Paulding working from left to right if you're looking at your radio dial. Left side, it's going to be number 1, Foster, back to the top of the key to Adams. 10 on the shot clock. Adams directing traffic. They go to White on the wing. She's got to do something. Drive a little floater. Can't get it to go, but she gets her own rebound. She was fouled. No call. 3 on the way from outside. No good. Rebounded by Marin Barrow. Barrow will push it ahead to Asia Ware. Ware's going to work to the right side to Boozer. Boozer tried to cut it underneath to get it to Bussey, but it is picked off by White. White on the far side of the hardwoods now, working back to the middle of the floor. Drives the lane. Layup floater. No good. Loose ball picked up by the Lady Raiders. Now they'll go back to the top of the key. They're going to work to the left side of 3, or along 2, I should say, on the way. No good. Out of bounds. Last touch by East Paulding. Cedartown basketball. Subs coming in for the Dogs, and a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. We'll be back after this 30-second break here on the Big AA.
Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Let's get back to the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on the Big
Inbounds
AA.
pass goes to Kinsley Boozer. Boozer goes to Kendall Pace right at the Bulldog logo. Top of the key, right side is Boozer. Boozer now on the wing. She's going to go to the left to Golden. Has checked in. They're going to go underneath. And Kendall Pace just makes it look easy underneath. 6-2 Pace on that left side, weak side. She's just as good from either side of the floor. It's going to be number 10, White. Top of the key over to the right side. They're going to go to Harris. Harris now is going to go right back to Janiah White. They'll go right back to Harris now at the top of the key. They'll swing it all the way to the left side to Foster. Foster trying to work it underneath. Marin Barrow with the steal. Gives it up to Pace. Kendall Pace is going to push it across the timeline. She's going to work to her left. A lot of contact there, but no foul called. They'll go to Marin Barrow on the wing. They'll swing it back outside to Boozer. Boozer now. She's going to try to get it back to Barrow, other side, and now they're going to work to Golden to her right, top of the key. They'll continue to the right side over to Kendall Pace. Oh, they try to work it again underneath to Bussey, and they're just anticipating that. And a steal almost at the other end by Barrow, out of bounds. It's going to be last touched by Cedartown, so it will go back to East Paulding. I think Taurine Golden thought that one might be out on White, so she let it go, or out on Black, I should say.
She'll have to learn to not anticipate and actually try to grab. That ball was up for grabs, and she didn't take it, as Golden will take a seat on the substitution.
Ziley Rodriguez comes in. They fire a 3 and no good. Rebounded by Boozer. Boozer will push it up the floor for the Lady Dogs. They'll slow the pace down. She'll bring it across the timeline. Work to the right side. Now they get a successful pass underneath to Bussey, but the shot is up and it is no good. Rebounded by East Paulding. It's going to be White. She's going to put her feet down, fire a 3, and it is in and out. No good. Rebound Marin Barrow. Barrow will give to Pace. Pace in transition. Now she'll slow things up, wait for help. She tries to work around Janiah White, and it is tipped out of bounds.
Well, they're letting him play. There's a lot of contact over there, and it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be East Paulding ball.
Danica Harris playing some tough defense up against Marin Barrow as Anna Kate Bussey comes out, and Charlie Todd is going to check in. Janiah White across the timeline over to the right side. She gives it to Harris. Harris back to the top of the key to Adams. Marquetta Adams directing traffic for East Paulding. They'll work into the corner on the far side. Now they'll come back to the wing, top of the key. Rodriguez gets in there almost with a steal, but East Paulding corrals it. The shot is up, no good. The rebound and the putback is no good, but she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, and I believe they're going to get Charlie Todd on the foul.
And that is correct. Charlie Todd's first foul and the first team foul for the Lady Bulldogs so far.
Lily Smith will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. 6-2 is your score. Lady Dogs lead with 3:01 left to play in the first period. That first free throw is just a little strong off the back of the iron, no good. Asia Ware is going to check in for the Lady Dogs, and Boozer will come out and get a breather. So Coach McGee following the same direction that Coach Scott Green does and trying to rotate bodies in and out to get our starters a breather. Second one on the way from Smith. It is off the back of the iron, no good, and a lane violation. I thought that one was coming. Kendall got a little bit of a head start on that one, and it's really because Smith comes to a awkward pause at the top of her shot rotation where she puts the ball almost directly on top of her head. And again,
Barrow.
Another pause. Smith is just really causing some issues for the Lady Dogs, anticipating getting in the lane.
Just don't even do it now.
Nope.
Just wait.
Now the fourth shot on the way from Smith, and she makes that one count.
I got to hand it to her. She was able to earn that one.
6-3 is the score. Kendall Pace off the inbounds pass. She's going to go coast to coast now left side. Barrow baseline jumper. It was short. No good. Rebounded by Smith for East Paulding. She needs some help, though. She'll give it up to Janiah White. White will bring it down the floor. A 3-point lead for the Lady Dogs. Top of the key. They work it in the lane to White. Oh, and they get her for the travel. She was trying to turn and work it outside to Laniera Foster, and she commits the turnover. Inbounds pass will go to Pace. We got some subs coming in for the Lady Dogs on the next stoppage of play. Pace, left side. Asia Ware on the wing. She's going to work it back to her right to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, top of the key. Far side to Pace. Pace from the corner. Trying to work it down low, but they have to go right back outside with it to Rodriguez, back to Pace. Now they'll try to feed down low, but White was there to knock it away, and Foster comes away with it. Back to White. White in the lane. She takes it up. The layup is no good. Rebound by Kendall Pace.
We're just not able to get down low. We're just going to have to figure something else out.
Pace from the Bulldog logo. Going to go to her right side to Asia Ware. Ware will go back to Barrow. Barrow going to go to Rodriguez. Rodriguez going to work it back to the top of the key to Marion Barrow. Now to Asia Ware. Back to Barrow. 3 on the way. Oh, it looked good, but it was short from Marion Barrow in straightaway center. That is somewhere Marion struggled from last night. She could not hit from beyond the arc, so hopefully she's going to leave that bad luck in Northwest, and that's just to shake things off. 6-3 your score, 1:50 left to play here in the first period.
Charlie Todd and Kendall Pace check out of the ball game. A couple of subs in.
Cedartown with it over to the right side. It's going to be Harris. East Paulding with a correction. Now it's going to be Harris again from the wing. Now they're going to work to the far side to Foster. Foster trying to work it down low. Now they'll get it outside. They were going to try to work something in the paint, and Cedartown's defense just collapsed. This time they get it into the paint. It goes to White. White was trying to feed underneath to Smith, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Lady Dogs. So it will stay with East Paulding, but there are only 12 seconds left on that shot clock.
Asia Ware was the one who knocked it away for the Lady Bulldogs, so good defense there.
Inbounds pass comes. 3 on the way, straight away off the back of the glass, no good. Ware grabs it.
Great save.
She tiptoed on that line. Stayed inbounds with it. Cedartown basketball. Xylee Rodriguez over to the right side to Boozer. Boozer's going to go back to Rodriguez. They'll swing it to the left side. Now they'll go to the corner and Asia Ware. Ware on the baseline. Works it back outside to Marion Barrow. Now they'll try to work it down into the lane. They get Bussey, but Bussey has to go back outside with it to Boozer. They go back to Rodriguez, 360 spin, and they get 3 seconds on Anna Kate Bussey in the lane. So a turnover by the Lady Dogs with just under a minute left to play. Inbounds pass is going to go to number 10, Janiah White. White will bring it across the timeline. Top of the key over to the right side now to Harris on the wing. Back to White. White goes back to Harris. Now to the top of the key to Foster. Foster left side. Back to the middle of the floor. Now they'll go back to the left side, trying to work off of that wing, and they get a travel called on number 11, Marquetta Adams.
Well, they've had a couple of those offensive turnovers tonight. Lady Bulldogs will have it back with 41 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 6-3, a very low-scoring first period.
Inbounds pass is going to go to Xylee Rodriguez. She's going to go to the right side to Boozer. Boozer's going to work it to lane. Baseline jumper. The floater is no good. Backside rebound by Foster. And then we've got a travel call.
Another travel on an offensive possession, Sam, and Lady Bulldogs really need to take advantage of this.
That's probably at least the third travel called on East Paulding. Inbounds pass will go to Rodriguez. Oh, it is too hot to handle, but she also had a defender right in her face in the form of number 3, Danica Harris. Ball goes out of bounds, and it is going to be Cedartown basketball with just under 30 seconds to play. Inbounds pass will go to Boozer. Boozer's going to work over to the right side. They'll go to Barrow. Barrow wide open with a 3 high off the glass. No good. Rebounded by East Paulding, and then they throw it away right back to Boozer. Boozer, the shot, the fadeaway was no good. The rebound underneath by Anna Kate Bussey, and she is fouled.
As a foul all day long there on the Lady Raiders. We'll check the foul here. It's going to be on number 35, I think.
I believe you are correct, which is Bria by Randell. However you would pronounce that last name. We apologize if I got it wrong, and I'm sure that I did. She will check out, and number 30, Courtney Jones, is going to check back in. The first free throw attempt from Anna Kate Bussey was no good. We'll get the linguist to look at it, and he'll give us a pronunciation.
I'm definitely not that person.
Second one on the way is up, and it is also no good. Loose ball. Asia Ware had it for a moment. Now we got a jump ball called, and Anna Kate Bussey
we're going to have a foul, though.
Went falling over, and they're going to get Bussey on the foul.
Yeah, she hugged her from behind. How often have we said that's going to be a foul every time? She was trying to get to the ball, and in doing so, grabbed her from behind, and it was a definite foul.
6-3 the score. Final seconds here of the first period. Over to the right side, it's going to be Harris. Harris on the wing. Now they're going to go back to White. White back to Harris. Trying to work around Asia Ware. Oh, and they were trying to work it to Foster. They had isolated Foster on the weak side, but it is thrown over her head and out of bounds, so Cedartown will get the basketball back with 2.3 on the clock. It's going to be a quick catch and shoot. If you can get it in, they go to Rodriguez, and she is just going to fire, and it is going to be well short, but the Cedartown Lady Dogs will go to the second period of play with the lead. 6-3 here from the Doghouse on Saturday afternoon basketball from CHS. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back after this.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Let's get back to the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on the Big AA.
6-3 is your score. Saturday afternoon basketball here from Cedartown High School, the Doghouse. Both teams looking to avenge early season losses against this East Paulding squad, which is under the direction of former Cedartown Lady Dogs head coach Gambrell and former Bulldogs head coach Benji Frazier. Lady Dogs will have it to start the second period of play. Kendall Pace with it. Top of key, right side to Marin Barrow. Barrow is going to work to the left side to Bussey. Bussey now to Boozer on the left wing. They're going to work it back to the middle of the floor, which was to Boozer's right. Now they're going to try to work it into the paint, and we've got a foul called against Boozer, but I believe it's going to be on the floor, and it will. We'll wait for the foul call.
It's going to be on number 11, Marquetta Adams. I believe that is her first. Iffy.
Iffy. Inbounds pass is going to go to Pace. Pace to Bussey, and Bussey gets that one to go. So Anna Kate Bussey gives the Lady Dogs a 5-point lead. 8-3 your score. Inbounds pass. Cedartown back in a 3-2 full court press defense. Oh, and Asia Ware. Oh, they're going to get her for out of bounds. I thought they were going to call Ware for the foul, but instead they call out of bounds against number 10, Janiyah White. That is going to be a forced turnover, and Cedartown will get the ball back at half court.
Yeah, Sam, the ball bounced on the line, and the official was right there to see it.
Inbounds pass goes to Ware. Ware gives it to Pace. Pace back to Boozer. Boozer top of the key. She's going to go to her left, which will be to Marin Barrow on the wing. Now they'll go back to the right side to Anna Kate Bussey. Back to Pace on the left wing. She's going to work around a defender. Now she'll go back to the top. They'll go to Ware. Ware to Bussey in the lane turn. Gives to Marin Barrow. Barrow backs down a defender on the baseline, but then tries to go back to Asia Ware, and it is picked off It's Foster. Foster on the other end, coast to coast off the glass. And East Paulding is back on the board. 3-point ball game now, 8-5. Inbounds pass will go to Pace. Pace will bring it down the floor for the Lady Dogs. Going to go to the right side. Now baseline is Barrow. Barrow back to Pace. Pace in the paint. Off the glass, and it is good from Kendall Pace. Kendall leading the scoring effort so far for the Lady Dogs. She has 8 of Cedartown's 10. 5-point lead. 6.5 left to play here in the first half. Foster with it. Cedartown pressing on the defense, and they force another turnover by trying to get it down low to Adams, and the Lady Dogs will get the ball right back. Some good defense in these first few moments of the second period, Andrew.
Yeah, good defense. I think that one, though, was just a mistake by East Paulding. But the defense, though, forcing them to make quick decisions like that.
Boozer with it, top of the key, left side to Barrow. Barrow on the wing. She's going to work back to the middle of the floor. They'll go to Anna Kate Bussey. Now down low to Ware. Ware isolated on the baseline. Oh, and they try to feed to Boozer. They got it to her, but the shot was up and good. The rebound and the putback is no good from Bussey, but she draws the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Maybe number 10. I feel like I saw a 0 in that.
Yeah, so that's Janiah White with the foul. Team foul number 2 for the Lady Raiders.
First free throw attempt coming from Bussey, and that's off the side of the iron. No good. Missed it to the right.
So does the on the fouls means that Sam hasn't been able to keep up with that today. That's okay though.
You are correct. I'll try to do better in the boys' game. I was not prepared.
Well, we were a little bit rushed getting on. So
second one on the way from Bussey is no good as well. That one missed to the left.
But you are going to have extensive stats for the Lady Bulldogs.
Absolutely, the one that counts. East Paulding will work it to Foster. Now they're going to go to the middle of the floor. Swing it to the left side, and it's going to be Adams. Adams going to go back to the top of the key to Foster. Foster back to Janiah White. She's going to try to drive the baseline. A high off the glass jumper is no good. Loose ball corralled by Foster. They go right back to White, and they're going to get a foul called on Asia Ware.
Very, very soft foul.
That is going to be Asia's first, and they have a sub coming in for East Paulding.
First team foul for the period as well. Number 13 comes into the ball game. That's Rose Davids.
Inbounds pass will come from Foster, and they're going to go to number 3, Harris. And it is out of bounds. Last touched by East Paulding. Asia Ware playing tough defense on Harris there. Forced the ball out. Inbounds pass is going to go to Davids, who has just checked in. Now the left side to White. White's going to work off of the wing. Now they'll go on the perimeter to Foster. They'll go to Davids. Davids, top of the key. Now left side. Oh, and it's broken up by Boozer. Loose ball, and Boozer comes away with it. She forced the ball to get away on the pass, and then she collected it. And Cedartown's got it with a 5-point lead. Over to the right side. It's going to be Kendall Pace on the wing. Feeds underneath to Boozer. Boozer turns, shot. It was short. Rebound by Davids, and she goes to the floor with it, but they're going to call a foul.
Nah, that should have been a travel. But they're going to call the foul on...
They're going to call it on Boozer.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
I don't either.
Golden, yep.
Yeah, Taryn Golden going to check in for Boozer.
We missed Golden last night, so it is nice to have her back available with us this afternoon. Golden is a valuable player. Coming off of the bench, can give Cedartown some solid minutes. As Cedartown goes back in this 3-2 style full court press. And again, East Paulding is almost going to turn it over, but a heck of a save, and they do. Golden comes away with it. She gives it ahead to Pace. Pace drives left side. The basket is good. Count it, and she'll go to the free throw line. A chance for a 3-point play for Kendall Pace.
Outstanding, the foul there on Janiah White. And with contact, still let that one go in. That was an outstanding 2 in there for the senior Pace, and here's her and 1. It is good. 13-5 is your score with 4:54 to play in the first half.
Inbounds pass is going to go to Danica Harris. They'll go right back to Foster, who will give it ahead to White. Cedartown backs out of that full court press. They'll let East Paulding bring it down the floor uncontested. Now White's going to try to split a couple of defenders. The floater from the paint, no good. Rebounded by Marin Barrow. Barrow goes ahead to Pace. One-on-one on the other end. Pace from the right side makes it count. Kendall Pace, 13 points, a timeout on the floor, and we will take it with him. East Paulding going to try to control the bleeding. 60-second break here on the Big AA.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Let's get back to the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on the Big AA.
Janiah White with it off of the inbounds pass, top of the key. Quickly, the Lady Raiders working from left to right. Now they're going to go back to the far left side to Foster. She's going to fire a three high off the glass, but she gets that one to go. 15-8. Coach Eddie Gambrell had to call a timeout to see if East Paulding could stop the bleeding. Cedartown on a big run. And we'll see if we can continue it. Over to the right side is Barrow. Barrow's going to go to Bussey. Bussey now going to work it to Kendall Pace. Pace is going to work it underneath to Barrow. Barrow, baseline jumper. Hers is no good. Bussey almost had the rebound, but she missed it to East Paulding, and here come the Lady Raiders. It's Adams, left side Foster. They're going to cut underneath to Smith. Smith's going to back Barrow down, and they're going to get Marion Barrow on the foul, and I hate to say it.
It was definitely a foul.
But that was an obvious foul. So that is going to send Lily Smith back to the free throw line, and hopefully we remember her weird pause at the top of her shooting motion so that we won't jump on the lane violation. For those of you that are just listening on the radio, Smith will come all the way almost to directly on top of her head, take a little bounce and pause, and then fire. That first one is off the back of the iron, no good. They're going to put Kinsley Boozer down low for the rebound attempt. Boozer is a heck of a rebounder for Cedartown. She might be one of the smallest ones, if not the smallest one on the court right now, but she goes after it. The pause. Her own folks almost jumped. The shot is up, and it is no good. Boozer went for the rebound, and it is out of bounds. Last touch by East Paulding. So it'll be Cedartown basketball.
Yeah, that is funny because this one here on the right side of the basket,
jumped.
She literally it was almost like a hard count in football.
It is. It really is. Boozer now over to the right side to Barrow. Barrow on the wing. She's going to go right back to Bussey. Bussey top of the key over to the right side. Now they'll try to work it down on the baseline, and they just can't do it. We're having trouble doing that. Foster in transition, and she is fouled by Asia Ware. Ware was in her hip pocket the whole way and just leading on her a little too much when she went up for that shot. So Asia Ware draws the foul, and that is going to send number 1, Foster, to the free throw line. Cedartown played really clean basketball in that first period of play. They've got 4 team fouls already, Andrew, as that first one is in and out.
Zali Rodriguez is going to come in for Asia Ware. Asia, I think, has, 2 fouls now, maybe 3?
Asia with 2. She's the only Lady Dogs
with more than one.
First one is on the, or second one is on the way. That is missed as well. And Anna Kate Bussey tracks down the loose rebound.
Well, Sam, we're fortunate that the Lady Raiders have just not shot well from the free throw line.
Yes, we are. That can make the difference. A lot of times they'll feed underneath to Pace. Oh, Pace off the glass, no good, but Anna Kate Bussey there with the rebound and the putback, and it is good. That's another thing that Cedartown is doing much better today than they did last night, and that's in the offensive rebound department.
No doubt about that.
They're going to try to feed ahead, and again, because of the tough defense by the Lady Dogs, a turnover by East Paulding, Cedartown will get the ball back. That has been the difference so far in this game, is the Lady Dogs defense and their pressure and the forced turnovers. Kendall Pace with it across the timeline, right at the Bulldog logo. Over to the right side to Boozer. East Paulding tries to jump the route. Boozer takes it to the glass, no good. Rebounded, though, by Barrow. Barron with it. She'll give to Rodriguez. Now they'll go back to Barrow. High, arcing 3 off the side of the iron, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Raiders. Right side, they're going to drive up, no good. And Marion Barrow is going to track down the rebound. She'll give ahead to Xylee Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to drive ahead. Now she'll slow things up over to the left side to Pace. Pace, and trying to get it down to Bussey, and it is taken away by White. White in the paint, takes it to the glass, no good. Yep, out of bounds. Last touch by Foster, and Kinsley Boozer, once again, tough defense down low, forces the turnover.
Kendall Pace is going to get a break as Asia Ware checks back into the ballgame with a couple of fouls. 2:09 to play. 17-8 is the score. Lady Bulldogs on top as Xylee Rodriguez gets the inbounds pass.
Rodriguez will bring it down the floor to the right side to Boozer. Boozer now goes top of the key to Ware. Ware going to work it down to Rodriguez, who is in the lane, but just with her stature, she couldn't do anything with it but pass it right back out. Boozer with it on the wing. Now they'll go to the corner. Again to Rodriguez. She's going to try to work around a defender. The kick out to Ware. Ware from straightaway center field. Has that one tipped, but she still makes it count from beyond the arc. Asia Ware with a 3, and it's 20-8. A 12-point lead for your Cedartown Lady Dogs here at home on Saturday afternoon basketball.
We're already 3 points away from our total of all of last night.
Outside on the perimeter, top of the key is number 11, Adams with it. She'll go back to Davids. Rodriguez almost with a steal. Now they work it underneath to Smith.
How is there a foul?
That's not a foul.
Oh, my goodness. Because Bussey was the one who got slapped, and they're going to call her for the foul. On the floor.
Now that's going to be shooting 2. Well, that's our 5th team foul. So that's going to send East Paulding to the free throw line.
Of course, Coach McGee can't get it too hot because she's the only one coaching right now.
If she goes, it's you or I down there to coach, and
no, sir.
It's not going to happen.
No, sir.
Smith will take her first of 2 free throws. That one is up and off the side of the iron. No good.
Coach Cherry's down there. He could take over if he needed to.
I guess he could. I'm not sure what the ruling is there once you've exhausted all of your coaching options.
Kendall Pace is going to come in for Xylee Rodriguez. Some good minutes from her. 1:21 to play here, actually 1:22 to play as number 3 comes into the ball game. Harris checks in for Davids.
Smith will get set again. Her free throw attempt is up, and this one is off the front of the iron. No good. Rebounded by Marion Barrow. Barrow goes ahead to Boozer. Boozer needs help. She's got to go to Asia Ware on the wing. Ware working back to the middle of the floor. Now they'll go to the left side to Pace. Pace back to Boozer. Boozer top of the key. Directing traffic is the freshman Lady Dog. She'll go to Kendall Pace now. Pace to Barrow. Barrow to Ware. They'll give it back to Pace. Pace top of the key. They'll go to Bussey with it. 5 on the shot clock. They'll go to Barrow. Now they'll go to Bussey. Bussey turns shot, and she is fouled. Anna Kate Bussey fouled on the baseline, and she'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2, and they're going to get number 25, Harris. So Bussey, a little payback, I think, there. We'll see if she can make her free throws count. Smith was unable to on this side of the court. Now on the other end, Bussey fires her first one, and it is off the back of the iron, no good. 48.5 seconds left to play here in the first half of play here at Cedartown High School. The second one coming from Bussey. It is up, and it is good. So Bussey goes 1 for 2 on that trip and extends the lead out 21-8. Foster off the inbounds. They're going to go to White. That's one way to beat that press. Now they'll go to the left side. Harris, shot is up, no good.
I think it might have been blocked by Bussey. And she gets the loose ball.
But then a steal by East Paulding as they were trying to get it to Pace, and White makes it count. 21-10. Over to the right side is Boozer. Boozer feeds underneath to Pace. Pace high off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Bussey, and we've got a jump ball call.
It's going to be East Paulding basketball.
Again, Lady Dogs just a completely different squad than what we saw last night. Back in this 3-2 style press defense. They're going to go to Foster. This will at least slow East Paulding up. Now they'll go to White. White top of the key, going to drive the lane. The little floater from just beyond the free throw line is no good. Rebounded by Asia Ware. Ware's going to push it ahead.
Clock.
Barrow underneath. The jumper, no good. The rebound, the put back by Bussey is no good. We had 2 chances at it, and we missed both of them. But the Cedartown Lady Dogs are going to go to halftime with a double-digit lead here at home. 21-10 is your score. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll come back and talk about that first half. We'll take a look at the second half as well as the boys' game, which will follow the conclusion of the girls' game here from Cedartown High School. We will be back after this 2-minute break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Live Wire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Live Wire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Live Wire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time, 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Let's get back to the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on the Big AA.
Welcome back to the Doghouse. The Cedartown Lady Bulldogs with an 11-point lead here over East Paulding. 21-10 is the score. And, you know, really the Lady Bulldogs, Sam, night and day from last night. Now, granted, East Paulding is not Northwest Whitfield. Northwest Whitfield is one of the better girls teams especially in our region, but definitely in Northwest Georgia. But the Lady Bulldogs doing what they're supposed to do against a team that's only won 2 games in East Paulding. So right now up 21-10, and we're seeing a lot of success on a lot of different fronts, but definitely some improvements still left to be made, I'm sure.
Yeah, you are right. A completely different squad than what we saw last night on both ends of the floor.
Right.
Cedartown much improved from playing that very, very tough Northwest Whitfield Lady Bruins team, but East Paulding a total tier below Northwest Whitfield. Now, give it to East Paulding. Northwest Whitfield is going to be in a tier above a lot of teams this season. They are a good squad. But Cedartown much improved tonight. Kendall Pace already in double digits for the Lady Dogs. She has 13 points. Anna Kate Bussey with 5 and 6 rebounds already for Bussey. And that is something that Cedartown struggled with last night, is really getting offensive rebounds. We were okay defensively on rebounds, but we struggled getting offensive rebounds, which limits your second chance opportunities when you are, get that possession. And also, Marion Barrow has 6 rebounds tonight so far for the Lady Dogs. She's still searching for her first points of the game, though, but I have a good feeling that she's going to get hot here in this second half. Asia Ware, the only other Lady Dog that is on the board so far, and she has 3 points, and that was a straightaway 3 that was made from deep center field. But Cedartown really doing a much better job all the way around. They are 100% from beyond the arc, which is something that you don't hear of a lot, but that's only because they're 1-1. But shooting-wise from the floor, Cedartown shooting 42.9% from the floor. One place with it we are struggling a little bit tonight is from the free throw line. We're 2 for 7, which is right at 28%. So Cedartown still trying to look to put all of the pieces of the puzzle together, but already off to a good start. Cedartown is also fortunate that East Paulding has struggled from the floor. Again, I'm not keeping up with their stats this afternoon, but I can tell you that they have missed a lot of free throw opportunities. You had Lily Smith that went to the free throw line, and because of lane violations, she shot 4 in just that one trip, and she only would end up making 1 of them. She has also made a couple of other trips and shooting a low percentage from the stripe, so Cedartown fortunate in that, but I think a couple of play changes, a little bit to do offensively for the Lady Dogs. Some adjustments could be made. Andrew and I were talking about it during the break. If we could start isolating Kendall Pace down low on the post position versus either Anna Kate Bussey or Marion Barrow, I think we might be able to have some success because Pace is just able to move in that post position a little bit more. And also East Paulding, because she doesn't post up down low, they're not expecting her to make that cut.
Right.
They are guarding Anna Kate Bussey down low because they know that's where we're going with the ball and who we're going to with it. But if we can continue to try to get Kendall on some of those give and goes and get her to move down low and possibly get Bussey or Barrow to swing out once Pace makes that cut and take a defender with her, we might get some more either isolation opportunities down there or at the very worst, some one-on-ones. But Cedartown does have the lead here at halftime, 21-10 over East Paulding. A big day of college basketball
Before you do your college basketball score, Joseph Bailey, our camera operator, wanted us to mention Rockmart boys picked up their first loss. I say picked up. They had their first loss of the season last night in a region game against Fannin County. The final score was Fannin 69 and Rockmart 66. So even though the Jackets were undefeated up to the point, they're now 0-1 in region play. And I can tell you one thing, that may not be a very tough football region. That is a tough basketball region, some good basketball teams in that region. So Rockmart stumbles in there last night.
We'll go over and look at a couple of college scores. The SEC starting SEC play just as the high schools are starting region play.
Well, there's one game you were looking at.
There's one game in particular I was, but I tell you the game before that was really the doozy, and that is number 6 Kentucky went down to Gainesville and survived a scare from Florida on Billy Donovan Court. Kentucky would win by a final score of 87-85. Number 25 Auburn would go into Walton Arena there, Bud Walton Arena in Arkansas, and pick up a win against the Hogs, 83-51. That was a 7-point game at halftime, and Auburn just with a big second half. Georgia defeats Missouri 75-68.
Hey.
South Carolina with a home win against the Mississippi State Bulldogs, 68-62. Mississippi State, if I'm not mistaken, coming into that game were 11-2 on the season.
Wow.
So a big win at home for the Gamecocks. The only other SEC game that is going on right now, Alabama leads Vanderbilt in Nashville 44-38 tonight. LSU will travel to College Station to Texas A&M, and a big matchup in good old Rocky Top. Number 22, Ole Miss, 13-0 on the season, travels to number 5, Tennessee, 10-3 on the season. That tip-off is set for 6 p.m. There has already been a top 10 team that was defeated today, and that was Marquette. They were beaten by Seton Hall on the road by a final of 78-75. So
Seton who?
Seton, exactly. It's Seton who? Number 2, Kansas would survive a scare from TCU, 83-81, and number 3, Houston would pick up a pretty convincing win over West Virginia, 89-55. A lot of other games going to be in action later on this evening, but the big one, like I said, is the SEC matchup. Ole Miss, one of only 3 Division I undefeated teams, rolling into Knoxville, trying to see what they can do against the Volunteers. We've got just about a minute and a half left to play, left here at halftime before we go back to work. So let's take a 60-second break, and we'll be back for second half action here from Cedartown High School. 21-10 your score, back after this 60-second timeout.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop oil changes, new tires or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service or repair. Think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown.
And we are back here getting ready to start the second half of play here at the Doghouse. 21-10, the Cedartown Lady Dogs leading the East Paulding Lady Raiders. Cedartown will get possession of the ball to start this second half of play, working from their left to right again. Cedartown playing without a couple of their players as well as their head coach, Scott Green. This is his last of his 2-game suspension that he will have to serve after the ejection on Wednesday night. Loose ball into the back court, and it is going to be a turnover. It will be East Paulding basketball. Cedartown thought that it had gotten into the back court without being disrupted, but it was last touched by the Lady Dogs, so they let it roll out of bounds, and East Paulding will get it on their end of the floor. A little floater coming, and it is up, and it is in from number 11, Marquetta Adams. It's going to be Kendall Pace with it. Across the top. It's going to be over to the left side to Foster. They're going to beat the press. They'll get it ahead to Adams. Adams will go back to Harris. Harris on the wing. Now to the right side to Foster. They're going to work it underneath to Janiyah. The fadeaway jumper is up and no good. Rebounded by Kendall Pace. Far side of the court, she'll go to Marion Barrow. Barrow feeds to nobody. It was right in between 3 Lady Dogs, and nobody knew who was going to get it, and East Paulding comes away with it. The other end. And the Lady Raiders are going to turn it over. White was trying to get it to number 1, Foster, and it is thrown away. It's going to be Cedartown basketball. To Anna Kate Bussey and just overshot her by about 3 feet. Inbounds pass is going to go to White on the far side. Going to work the baseline. Tries to kick underneath to Smith. Loose ball. Knocked away. And they're going to call a jump ball. And that's about the loosest definition of a jump ball you can get. The pace right back to Ware. Ware across the timeline. She'll go to Boozer. Boozer on the wing. They're going to go into the paint. Oh, and they're going to get her for the up and down, and she just nodded her head in agreement. She knew that was the issue.
We're having some connection problems, and we do apologize for that, trying to get those ironed out as we go here on the broadcast. 23-14 the score, 6:07 to play here in the third.
White to Adams, right back to White in the paint. Going to work around a defender. The shot is up and no good, but they're going to say she was fouled, and we'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. They're going to get Marion Barrow on the foul, and that is going to be her second. 23-14 is your score. Just over 6 minutes left to play here in the third period. Janiyah White will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Golden is going to check in for the Lady Dogs. First shot is up high. Arcing shot, no good. Charlie Todd is also going to check into the game. They're going to get Asia Ware and Marion Barrow. So the Lady Dogs now with Golden, Todd, Pace, Boozer, and Bussey. White will get set for her second. 0 for 1 on this trip. 1 for 1 now. 23-15. Inbounds pass is going to go to Pace. Pace is going to get it to Boozer. They try to jump the route, and they do jump it, but it is out of bounds. Last touch by number 11, Marquetta Adams. Cedartown basketball at half court. Bussey will handle the inbounds pass. She will go to Boozer. Boozer into the front court for the Lady Dogs. She's going to work to her left. Has it pickpocketed by White. Loose ball. They both go to the floor with it, and they are going to have a jump ball called, and this one will go to Cedartown. Cedartown off to a slow start in this third period of play, being outscored by Paulding County 5-2. Inbounds pass will go in from Bussey. Bussey's going to get it into Boozer. Boozer's going to drive. She has that one blocked by Smith. Loose ball picked up by Todd. Todd gets it back in, but it goes to Smith. On the other end, the layup is good from White, 23-17. Pace with it across the timeline. Left side, they're going to go to Golden. Golden going to work on the wing. Almost has it stolen. Boozer with the shot, and it is no good. Bussey goes for the loose ball and gets called for the travel as she goes to the hardwood, so that'll be a turnover. It'll be East Paulding basketball. Marion Barrow is going to check in for the Lady Dogs, and Pace is going to come out.
Got to have some sort of answer here, as Lady Bulldogs have been kind of just canceled out offensively here to start this third period.
Janiah White with it, going to work to her right side. They'll go to Harris on the wing. Now they feed back underneath to White. White's going to work on the baseline. The shot is up and no good. Rebounded, though, by Smith, but she puts it on the floor, and it is out of bounds off of Smith, and it's going to be Cedartown basketball. No, it'll stay East Paulding. So the Lady Raiders will get it back underneath their own basket. And the inbounds will come from Foster. Has to go to Harris with it on the wing. Barely got it in. Now they go right back to Foster. She fires a three. It is long, rebounded by Golden. Golden was going to push it ahead to Boozer. A long pass, though, and Foster is there to break it up as she goes careening out of bounds into the East Paulding bench. It'll be Cedartown basketball. Bussey is going to inbound it. She checks it into Boozer. Boozer brings it across the timeline. Now they'll go to Golden with it. Golden over to the right side to Barrow. Barrow on the wing. Tries to work it underneath, and it is stolen. Janiah White is there for the steal. Coast to coast. Left-handed layup is good. Timeout called. We'll take it with him back after this 60-second break here on the Big AA.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. So that's Dingler Motor Company.
Are you ready for steel equipment, that is? At Croker's Hard to Steel Equipment, blowers and shredder.
Any room to breathe. Over to the left side, it's going to be Ware. Ware goes back to the top of the key to Boozer. Boozer's going to try to drive, split some defenders, takes it to the lane, and the layup is good from Kinsley Boozer. That puts the Lady Dogs back in a 6-point lead. Over to the left side, it's going to be East Paulding. They're going to fire a three to cut into it. No good. Loose ball, they go to the floor with it. Still a loose ball. Now we get the jump ball called. Smith went to the floor with it. White went to the floor, as well as Anna Kate Bussey for the Lady Dogs, and it's going to be East Paulding basketball. 25-19 is your score. So far, East Paulding outscoring Cedartown 9-4 in this third period of play. 4 minutes left to go. The inbounds pass is going to go to Harris. Harris is going to try a little jumper. That one is no good. Loose ball picked up by Foster, and she throws it away, trying to give it over to Janiah White. Out of bounds, Cedartown basketball. Once again, East Paulding with the turnover, and that one was just a poor play there for East Paulding. Inbounds pass is going to go to Kendall Pace. Pace is going to push it ahead to Asia Ware. Ware gives to Boozer across the timeline, right at the Bulldog logo. Going to work to her left. They'll go to Marion Barrow with it. Barrow is going to try to get it to Ware, and it is knocked out of bounds by number 3, Harris. It'll stay Cedartown basketball. Lady Dogs going to get it back with 23 on the shot clock. Anna Bussey will handle the inbounds pass for Cedartown. And we're going to get it into Boozer. Boozer on the wing, top of the key. Working back to her right. Now she goes to Marion Barrow on the right wing. Barrow back to Bussey. Bussey top of the key, left side to Ware. Ware trying to work it down low. They get it to Boozer. Boozer drives the baseline. Shot was no good. Rebounded by East Paulding. On the other end, it's going to be Foster. Foster trying to work it on the give and go underneath. The shot is high off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Kendall Pace. Here comes Pace. One-on-one. Pace goes around Foster high off the glass. The shot is no good, and it's rebounded by East Paulding. It's number 11, Adams, on the other end. Tries to go around Marion Barrow. The shot is blocked, but it's picked up by White, and then Asia Ware is going to come away with it. Both teams struggling in the last minute. Boozer with it. They wanted a backcourt. They're not going to get it. She's going to go to the right side to Barrow. Barrow, there was the give and go. We just didn't get it off in time. Pace back to Barrow. Barrow in the paint. Puts it on the floor. Loose ball. and we're going to have a jump ball called. Cedartown basketball. 25-19 your score. Inbounds pass is going to come from Anna Kate Bussey underneath the Cedartown basket. Got to get it in. They're going to go to Boozer. Boozer top of the key now. She'll back things out, call the play. Direct traffic. Left side is Pace. Pace on the wing. Kendall Pace looking to go somewhere with it. Has to give it right back to Boozer. Boozer pushes off of a defender. Backs it out. Drives the lane. The floater and the fingertip roll is good from Kinsley Boozer as the shot clock expires. 27-19.
That's great job there. Able to just sneak that shot in right before the buzzer sounded.
Janiah White with it. Top of the key. Left side they go to Foster. The give and go to Smith. Smith high off the glass, and she gets a friendly roll, and it's 27-21. Back to a 6-point game. Inbounds pass goes to Boozer. Boozer is going to go to Barrow. Barrow drives the baseline, tries to go to Pace, and it's just thrown away. Oh, it's going to be tipped, though. Tipped out of bounds by East Paulding. It'll be Cedartown basketball. Zali Rodriguez has checked into the game. Kinsley Boozer has come out for a breather. Inbounds pass is going to come from Bussey. Bussey's got to get it in somewhere. They go to Barrow. Barrow, catch and shoot, shot no good as White goes to the floor, and they're going to get Bussey for the foul.
Bussey's fouls are starting to add up. That's at least 3 for her. And Bussey will take a seat for the rest of the period as Charlie Todd checks into the ballgame. 1:50 to go here in the third quarter. Cedartown holding on to 27-19 lead.
Inbounds pass is going to go to Foster. Foster at the top of the key. She's going to work to the right side. They try to get it down low to Harris, and it's thrown away. Another turnover by East Paulding. Turnovers and free throw shooting has been the Achilles heel of this East Paulding squad. Zali Rodriguez with it. She's going to work to her right. They get it to Charlie Todd. Todd in the right corner. Good pass there to Kendall Pace. Pace off the glass, no good. The rebound and the putback by Barrow is no good. She gets another shot at it. They'll go outside, and we've got a foul call.
Yeah, Zali Rodriguez was hit pretty hard as she was passing the ball. That's going to be on the floor. Number 10 picks up the foul for East Paulding. 27-19 the score as the Lady Bulldogs will have the inbounds pass. And a couple of subs coming in for the Lady Raiders as well.
Smith checking back in for East Paulding squad. Inbounds pass is going to come from Asia Ware. Ware's going to get to Pace. Pace goes to Barrow, and I don't know why she just didn't shoot that. Right in the lane, and it's a turnover. Janiah White all by herself, and she gets the easy layup to go.
If I remember, Janiah White was just about their entire offense the last time we played them.
I believe you are right. Rodriguez is going to give it to Pace. Pace. Left side to Charlie Todd on the wing. She needs some help. No foul called as she loses it. And now a timeout called. 30-second break. We'll be back after this here on the Big Double A.
Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Let's get back to the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on the Big Double A.
27-23, a 4-point lead for the Lady Dogs. But they need to put some points on the board right here. Off of the timeout, Cedartown is going to get the ball back underneath their own basket. Inbounds pass is going to go to Pace, and then they go right back to Todd with it. High arcing shot, no good. Rebounded by East Paulding. It's going to be Foster. Foster is going to push it up the floor for the Raiders. She's going to go to Harris. Harris is going to drive the baseline. The floater, it's long. Adams on the backside tried to get the rebound off of her feet, out of bounds. Cedartown basketball. Under a minute to play here in the third period. This one is going to shape up to be a nail-biter at the end. Andrew, you said it earlier in the day, I believe. It's going to come down to a last possession, or at least that's what it feels like, and we throw that one away trying to get it to Marion Barrow.
Well, we're giving them chance after chance with these turnovers here, but East Paulding so far has been unable to capitalize themselves.
Cedartown will go back into this full court press defense. Zali Rodriguez picks up her person, then they'll go right back to Adams with it. They're going to slow down East Paulding, but they get it to Foster. Backside to Smith. Wide open. The shot was no good. Loose ball picked up by Foster. Back out to Adams. A three on the way. It looks good. No good. Smith with the rebound and the putback. It's no good. Kendall Pace comes away with the loose ball rebound. She's going to push it up the floor for the Lady Dogs to Barrow. Too hot to handle. In and out of her hands, a turnover. We had a chance to get it back to a 6-point lead right there, and we just could not connect on the other end. Inbounds pass. It's going to be Foster that's going to bring it down the floor for the Lady Raiders of East Paulding. Over to the right side to Adams. Adams is going to give to White. Janiah White's going to drive the paint. No good. Out of bounds. Last touch by East Paulding. Cedartown basketball with under 10 seconds left to play here in the third period. East Paulding is going to press off the inbounds. No, they're going to give it back to the Lady Raiders. The inbounds is going to go to White. Turn shot. High off the glass. No good. Loose ball again.
Knocked out by Cedartown once again. And East Paulding will have it back once more.
Inbounds pass coming from Foster. Foster tries to get it over to the right side, and it is knocked away. Cedartown comes away with it. Kendall Pace, will she have a chance? She's going to give it to Barrow, and no, we're just not aware of how much time is on the clock. We'll go to the fourth period with a 4-point lead, 27-23 back after this 30-second timeout here on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network, the Big AA.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer. And that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Let's get back to the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on the Big AA.
Final frame, and it's a low-scoring third quarter. Neither team really scoring a lot. You know, East Paulding kind of had a big burst at the beginning of the second period, but that's been about it. Yeah, so, yes, they outscored us 13-6. So, Lady Bulldogs, though, still holding on to a 5-point lead, 4-point lead, 27-23, as we begin the final frame here at the Dog Pound.
Cedartown's got to come out of the huddle. We got to go, girls. We got to go. I have seen them start the game without you on the court before, and you cannot have that here with a 4-point game. Inbounds pass is going to come from East Paulding. They're going to give it to number 11, Adams. Adams will direct traffic for the Lady Raiders. A 4-point game here as we go to the final 8 minutes. Left side to Foster. Adams. Back to Foster in the corner. They're going to go back to Adams now on the wing. They try to work it down low to Smith. She's double-teamed, but she gets that one to go somehow, and it's a 2-point game. 1-possession game. Asia Ware, it is tapped out of bounds by East Paulding.
Somebody has a cowbell on the other side of the bleachers
which
here.
Is against the rules. You're not allowed to have any artificial noisemakers.
And they're not wearing red and black.
No.
That's out of bounds off of Cedartown, and East Paulding will get it back on another Bulldog turnover.
Cedartown back in this full court press defense. If we can force some more turnovers, we can do something. But Foster gets it easily, drives the lane, high arcing shot, in and out, and we've got a tie ball game. Absolutely no defensive collapsing down into the lane on the other end because we were in that 3-2 press defense. Asia Ware with it, top of the key.
That's the weakness of that press. It leaves you exposed down low, and that's exactly what East Paulding was able to exploit.
Bussey to Barrow, they go to Pace on the give and go to Bussey, and she makes it count. And Anna Kate Bussey puts the Lady Dogs back ahead, 29-27. Janiah White with it. She's going to come across the timeline. Loses it. Kendall Pace comes away with it. Goes ahead to Boozer. Heads up play. Boozer in the lane and makes the layup good.
Beautiful.
And Cedartown is back up by 4.
Beautiful shot there by Boozer. Only pass and shoot there. Able to take it in there with a defender in her face. Great job.
Another turnover. Pace. 1-on-1 with Janiah White. Left side, shot is up, no good. Gets her own rebound. The putback again is no good. Loose ball out of bounds, and it's going to be East Paulding basketball.
I don't know if Barrow doesn't go after that ball, it might have stayed with Cedartown. I'm not sure who touched it last. It's kind of, danged if you do, danged if you don't.
You are correct on that, sir. Inbounds pass is going to go to Janiah White. White, the offensive powerhouse for this East Paulding squad. Over to the left side, tipped away, but East Paulding comes away with it. Smith, the shot is up, and it is good. She was fouled, but no call.
No good.
Out of bounds, last touch by East Paulding, Cedartown basketball. That's what he's calling. No, now he's going to go back to East Paulding. He pointed this direction. Killing me. Inbounds pass is going to go to Adams. Adams top of the key, and it is going to be off the foot of Kendall Pace. 22 on the shot clock, 6:05 on the game clock. Cedartown.
Has this minute and 5 seconds seems like it's gone on for an eternity?
Cedartown had an 11-point lead at halftime, Andrew, and it has just been slow going here in this second half of play. Adams top of the key, left side to Harris. Harris goes back to Adams. Adams is going to try to work to her right. Now she'll have to come set back to Harris. Now they'll get it to White. That's who they're trying to get it to, their playmaker. They go to Foster, back to Adams, back to Harris. Harris is going to drive. Oh, and she goes up with it and comes right back down in a travel.
And the reason why there was a travel was because there was hands on the basketball as it was being released. Not long enough to for a jump ball to be called. Good defense by the Lady Bulldogs down low.
They'll go to Asia Ware with it. They try to work it to Kendall Pace, and East Paulding just jumps the route. And it's going to be wide open on the other end as White off the glass. The layup is good, and it's back to a 2-point game, 31-29. Kendall Pace will inbound it to Asia Ware. Ware on the far side of the court. She's going to go ahead to Barrow. Barrow in the front court now for the Lady Dogs. There was the give and go. We just missed it. Now it's going to be Boozer on the wing. Boozer is going to back it out. Now they'll go to Barrow. Barrow top of the key. Trying to work it to Asia Ware. They get it to Ware, right back to Barrow. And they'll work outside. Now they'll go to Boozer. Boozer, clear path to the basket, and the layup is good from the freshman Kinsley Boozer.
Boozer's been great here in the fourth period.
She's got 8 on the night. Kendall Pace scoreless in this second half so far for the Lady Dogs. Foster with it, top of the key. They're going to work it down to Harris. Harris on the baseline. They try to get to Smith, and it's Miriam Barrow that comes away with the loose ball. Asia Ware with it. She's going to try to go ahead, and it is tipped. East Paulding comes away with it. Janiah White, left side. Adams from inside the arc. The long two is no good. Rebounded by Foster, and Pace comes away with the loose ball. Going to split a defender. Stops, gives to Boozer. White with the steal and the travel. It'll be Cedartown basketball underneath their own basket.
You know, the pass went over to Boozer. I can see why you want to do that, but I think Pace might have had a better angle at the bucket. We do have a timeout called. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back in just a moment. The score is Cedartown 33, East Paulding 29.
Livewire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings.
Let's get back to the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on the Big AA.
Cedartown Lady Bulldogs lead at 33-29 over the East Paulding Lady Raiders here. About halfway through, we'll say a third through the fourth quarter here. Fractions, what are they? Lady Bulldogs get to the floor here, and Cedartown will have the basketball after that stoppage of play.
Cedartown's going to inbound it underneath their own basket. We need to convert this turnover into points. We're waiting. Not quite sure what we were waiting on. I think, there we go. The officials were on the other end of the floor. Now we're ready. Inbounds pass is going to come from Bussey. Bussey's going to get it into Boozer. Boozer's going to fire a three, and it is no good, and it is off the hand of Anna Kate Bussey. She was trying to track down the loose ball rebound, and it's going to be a turnover. You needed to convert that right there, Andrew, to make yourself in a 3-possession basketball game, but nevertheless, we'll have to go to work on the other end defensively. It's Foster to Davids. Davids back to Foster, top of the key, now the left side. It's going to be Harris. They'll swing it back outside to Foster. Foster's going to work to the right side to Davids. She's going to fire a three, and that one is good.
Oof.
1-point game.
That hurts.
No, they call it a 2.
Okay.
We'll take it. A 2-point game.
That ball's knocked loose by East Paulding. It'll be Cedartown basketball right in front of the Cedartown bench here.
She must have had a big toe on the line that I didn't see. But I am grateful for getting that call wrong. Inbounds pass is going to go to Golden. Golden's going to work to the right side. Now they're going to go to Boozer. Boozer in the corner. She's going to get it to Bussey. Bussey, the shot is up, and it is good. And Anna Kate Bussey makes that little behind-the-back kind of layup thing or over-the-head layup work. 35-31,
She just kind of lifted it up and flipped it over her head, and it went right in there. It was great.
Over to the left side. Now they're going to work into the paint, go back outside to the perimeter to Davids. Over to the right side is White. White thought about a three, has to pull it down. Davids will fire a three. It was contested. No good. Rebounded, put back by White. No good. Loose ball out of bounds. No. Golden comes away with it. She gives ahead to Barrow. Barrow, one-on-one. Takes it to the glass. The layup is hard off the back of the board. No good. And we've got a foul call.
There was no foul on the shot there. I think Taryn Golden was the one who got fouled. And a foul is on East Paulding, I think, number 1.
I think they were going after the rebound, and that's when the foul was committed. So we're going to have a substitute coming in. Smith is going to check back in, and Anna Kate Bussey will inbound the pass. She goes to Barrow, takes it straight up. No foul call, but Kendall Pace with the rebound and the putback, and that one is good. 37-31 again. Lady Dogs stretch it back out to a 2-possession lead. Over the right side to Davids. We're approaching 3 minutes left to play. That one is almost tipped away by Boozer, but they get it to Foster, who goes back to Davids. Now on the wing, back to Davids. Top of the key. Going to work to the right side. It's White. She's going to fire a high, arcing three. No good. Anna Kate Bussey comes away with the rebound, but then a jump ball tie-up.
Bussey got hit in the face, too, and she's really taking some abuse down low. The jump ball will go to Cedartown, though, thankfully, for the Lady Bulldogs. But, man, I tell you what, she got tied up pretty hard there by East Paulding.
Golden on the other end has it ripped away by number 3, Danica Harris, as Harris goes careening into the front row of the bleachers there, right in front of the Cedartown cheerleaders. So it'll be Cedartown basketball on the far side. Inbounds pass coming from Bussey. Bussey goes to Pace. Pace to Barrow. Barrow gets the layup to go.
Nice.
7-point lead, 31-39. 38. 8-point lead. Sorry, I can't do math.
It's the weekend.
Well, it's like that for me Monday through Friday. 3 on the way from Foster. No good. Rebounded by Bussey. Bussey will give it ahead to Pace. Pace is going to go to Boozer. Boozer on the wing. She's going to drive. Little floater. Kinsley Boozer can't get that one to go. And we've got a foul called.
They're going to get Marin Barrow on the foul. I don't know about that. Cedartown fans are absolutely livid on that call, and I can definitely feel their frustrations there.
I will say this. I love this job, and I love basketball. And there are some moments that I wish I wasn't a broadcaster and just a fan.
That's one of them.
And that's one of them.
Marin Barrow has to come out of the ball game.
Barrow with 3 fouls. Anna Kate Bussey also with 3 fouls, and they get a travel called in the backcourt of East Paulding. She was all by herself.
Yeah, all by herself.
She just forgot how to dribble for a moment. Inbounds pass coming from Charlie Todd. Todd's going to get it to
she was fouled
Boozer.
there.
Yes, she was. Boozer's going to drive the lane. High off the glass. It's no good, but she draws the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Barrow's going to check back in at the next buzzer here after Boozer's first shot.
The Bulldog freshman with a chance to get into double figures if she can connect here.
She's been so good. She's a great athlete all around, a great softball player for the Lady Bulldogs, an infielder, and here on the Lady Dogs basketball team, first free throws no good. But she has been really a refreshing addition to this basketball team as Charlie Todd comes out and Marin Barrow's back in there in the backcourt.
Well,
she's been fantastic.
Barrow's got 2 more to use with only, a minute 58 left. I like the call there. Let her go for it. First one, or the second one is up, and it is no good. But she gets her own rebound, and the putback is no good.
She was pushed from behind, too, as she was going up.
Left side, it's going to be White. She's going to drive the paint high off the glass, and she is fouled. That shot was no good. We'll see who the call is on, and it's going to be number 3, Asia Ware. Asia now
4.
playing with 3.
3.
So Asia with 3, Marin with 3, and Anna Kate Bussey with 3.
Nobody in really big foul trouble this late in the ball game.
Janiah White to the free throw line to shoot 2. An 8-point lead for Cedartown. White going to try to cut into it here. The first shot is high, arcing it off the front of the iron, no good.
Everybody readjusts for rebounding purposes.
And And we're ready to go here. As a reminder, the Cedartown boys will tip off against East Paulding following the conclusion of this game. Second one is up, and that one does make its way home. 39-32. Inbounds pass goes to Boozer, and Boozer loses it. She was off balance, and White gets it, and on the other end, and just like that, it's a 5-point game, 39-34. Inbounds pass goes to Pace. Pace is going to drive it up. She's going to go to Boozer with it. Boozer across the timeline, drives the lane, tries to get it to Barrow. Tipped away. Asia Ware comes away with it. Pace, the layup no good from the right side. Out of bounds, last touch by East Paulding.
When we turned the ball over on the other side of the floor, Sam, it was because the inbounds pass was off balance, and Boozer was just never able to recover.
Asia Ware in the corner off the inbounds. They'll work it down low to Bussey. Bussey's going to back her defender down. The shot is up and no good, but they're going to get a foul called on Smith. I would go back there every single possession if we can get it, because now it feels like that the officials are calling that foul down low.
Well, and, that's not a good percentage shot to get. But knowing she was going to get fouled right there, it's a good idea to get that shot. First free throw is no good from Bussey. In fact, the official was kind of moving toward one of the East Paulding players as the shot was being fired. So here's shot number 2.
Bussey gets set. Second one is up, and that one is off the back of the iron, no good. So Bussey 0 for 2 on that trip, and it remains a 5-point game, approaching a minute to play. And they throw it away, does East Paulding, but I think it's going to be off of a Cedartown defender, so it will stay Lady Raiders basketball. But the defense looking good right now for Cedartown. Over to the right side, it's White. White top of the key. She's going to try to split a couple of defenders. They'll give it to Smith. Smith goes back outside to Foster. They'll swing it to White. A 3 on the way, and it is well short. Out of bounds. It'll be Cedartown basketball with right at a minute left to play. 1:02 to be exact. A 5-point lead for the Lady Dogs. This one is coming down to the wire here at Cedartown High School, the Doghouse. Frank Lott drive. Boozer slides with it. Pace the shot, no good. Out of bounds, and it's going to be Cedartown basketball. Christmas came late for the Lady Dogs on that one, I believe.
Absolutely it did. I thought for sure it was going to be East Paulding possession on that one, but the official gets the call on the Lady Bulldogs, and we are the benefactor.
Left side, it's Boozer. Boozer's going to fire 3. That one's going to be short off the front of the iron. White comes away with it. She goes ahead to Foster. One-on-one on the other end, and a block by Kendall Pace. White comes away with the loose ball. Outside now to Harris. Approaching 30 seconds to play. Harris on the wing. Left side now to Adams. Adams to Foster. Right back to Adams. Now they'll go to Harris. Harris is going to fire 3. No good. Picked up by Smith, and the putback is good. And it's a 3-point game, 39-36. A timeout called on the floor. We'll take it with them. We will be back after this 30-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Let's get back to the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on the Big AA.
Well, Sam, with 26 seconds left to go, the Lady Dogs leading at 39-36. Cedartown has possession. We just need a clean inbounds pass, and the shot clock will be off, so we can just take it down the floor, force East Paulding to foul us.
And we need to take the advice of Chris McKelvey and burn as much clock here as we can. Bussey with it. She's going to bring it down the floor. They're going to give it to Pace, and Pace is just going to put a pause on it. Now to Barrow. Barrow tried to get it to Bussey, and it's thrown away underneath.
There's no need for that. All you need to do is just hold on to the ball. Now they're going to get a chance to maybe tie the ball game.
39-36, a 3-point margin. Left side, and it's blocked, and it is a steal by Boozer. Boozer's going to push it down the floor. The freshman is going to seal the deal. The shot is no good. The putback is for Asia Ware. That's going to do it here from Cedartown High School. The Lady Dogs avenge an early season loss, and they pick up the win here on a Saturday afternoon, 41-36. The freshman, Kinsley Boozer, makes a difference late for this Lady Dog squad. Andrew, let's take a 2-minute break. I'm going to go hook up to an oxygen tank and take a blood pressure pill, and we'll be back and talk about this when we'll wrap it up and look ahead at the boys' game. But we'll be back after this 2-minute break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dawgs!
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Let's get back to the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on the Big AA.
And we are back, and it is a final. The Lady Bulldogs win 41-36, and Sam Branche, quite a ball game for the Lady Bulldogs, especially in the fourth quarter. The freshman Kinsley Boozer might be your player of the game. I think she was the one who really kind of brought her put her team on her shoulders and probably saved the game because East Paulding was fighting their way back. But great job there by Kinsley Boozer and the Lady Bulldogs as they pick up a non-region win here at home, 41-36.
Yeah, Boozer was able to do a lot for that Lady Dogs team and really seal the deal with that last-second steal. And she would have been in double figures if she would have hit that last-second shot, but instead Asia Ware was there for the rebound and the putback. That drove the nail into the coffin for East Paulding. Kendall Pace is your leading scorer, 15 points. She would go 7 for 6 from the floor and 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Anna Kate Bussey finishes the afternoon with 11. Boozer, the freshman, finishes with 8. Asia Ware with 5 and Marion Barrow with 2. They did all of that without Haven Barclay, who is really their floor general. And they also did all of that without head coach Scott Green. A big shout out to, I guess you would call her at this point, interim head coach Casey McGee.
At least for the past 2 games.
That's right. Casey McGee, the community coach, a City of Cedartown employee that works with that rec department and does a phenomenal job down there. She carries it over onto the hardwoods here at Cedartown High School, and the Lady Dogs get a win under Coach McGee. But a big win there for Cedartown, and that puts the Lady Dogs 2 games under 500 now. Cedartown improves to 5-7 on the season. East Paulding having a tough season. They fall to 2-12. Cedartown avenges that early season loss. You'll remember we go all the way back to December the 9th. The Lady Dogs were beaten at East Paulding by a final score of 50-28. So the Lady Dogs just pouring it on, but it was a tough second half. Cedartown, they trailed, where they had a 21-point lead, essentially, 11-point lead there at halftime. It was 21-10, and then in the third period, they would be outscored 13-6. They would come back in the fourth period and outscore East Paulding 14-13. So a good win here at home for the Lady Dogs. Up next, though, the Cedartown Bulldogs. They're going to try to avenge a early season loss as well against this East Paulding squad. Cedartown coming into the game 7-6 now after the region loss last night against Northwest Whitfield. They'll try to get things back on the winning track. And Cedartown has been pretty hot, though, since they lost to East Paulding. We made a good run in the Gordon Central tournament, and then also a big run, or was it Gordon Lee? Gordon Lee, I believe.
Gordon Lee.
Yeah, it was Gordon Lee, not Gordon Central, excuse me, the Gordon Lee tournament. And then, of course, we would make a run into the championship game where we would run into the buzzsaw of Rockmart in the Haralson County tournament. But as we said earlier in the broadcast, Rockmart did suffer their first loss of the season, and that was last night against Fannin County. So they are 0-1 in region play, but still going to be a tough team to deal with down the stretch. But the Bulldogs will take on the East Paulding Raiders here in about 10 minutes. So we're going to send it back to the station for some regular programming. You are listening to Cedartown High School basketball here on the Big AA. If you are watching on the NFHS Network or Facebook Live, we will have a new post to go up when we get ready for the boys' game, so be looking for that. If you are listening on the radio, well, keep your dial tuned in to 106.1 FM, or if you're old school like Sam Branch, AM 1340. But we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Cedartown High School basketball here on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network, the Big AA.